Alright guys, so we're back in the basement today. Got some of my openers out right now, but so I'm sure you guys remember the video I made a little while ago of my opener collection. And have gotten a few more since then. I got that B2211, the Craftsman screwdriver right there, that 1020C. I thought there was one more. Maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, oh yeah, this that 85870 right there. But anyway, so I made a video of my opener collection, and on that video I got quite a few requests to make a video of my remote collection. And so that's what we're going to be looking at today, is my entire freaking remote collection. As you can see, this collection has gotten significantly bigger. This here is all Chamberlain stuff and all my Chamberlain sensors, since I have so many of them. This is all of my Genie / overhead door stuff, and then over here I've got all miscellaneous stuff. So obviously I do have mostly Chamberlain stuff because, well, it's kind of the same deal as why I have mostly Chamberlain openers, is because it's the most common. Now it has been a few years since I made a collection video. Last time I made this was before I started working for my company, and just that alone has really grown my collection here. So I have gotten a lot of stuff lately. As far as how much I have, I don't know. Maybe just for a rough guess, I've probably got maybe, I don't know, maybe around 150 to 200 Chamberlain remotes and things. Actually, maybe close to like 200 if you count those sensors there. I've got probably about 100 Genie remotes, and I've got maybe about 100 in miscellaneous. Well, maybe not quite that many, but I don't know, I've probably got around maybe 400 or so remotes, so I've definitely got a lot. So sit back and relax, because this is going to be a pretty long video. As best I can, I'll try to just scan through. I will open up some of the boxes, and if I've got something to say about a remote, I'll say it. But yeah, so I guess we'll start over with Chamberlain stuff, and we'll just kind of work our way back to front and left to right. I've kind of got these as best I could organize into categories, I guess. So let's start with all the things I have that are boxed up here. We're going to start here. I have a brand new, by the way, some of the stuff you guys have not seen before, obviously, because I've just gotten so many things that I just haven't really been able to show all of it. But this is a brand new LiftMaster 850 LM. I'll actually open this one up so you can see it. So here it is. It was made April of 2021, and it does have the antenna in there. So the 850 LM, this is a commercial receiver, and it's got actually quite a few terminals on here. So you've got these two on the left here would be for power, and there's also a little plug here so you could plug in a transformer. And then you've got three different channels here. Channels 1 and 2 just have two terminal connections. Terminal 3 has a normally closed connection as well, and the reason being for that is because this is actually designed to be like an open-close stop, set up as an open-close stop receiver. And if you know anything about commercial openers, you know that the stop button is always on a closed circuit when the button isn't pushed. So that's what this is for. If you hook it up to normally closed, when the relay goes off on channel 3, it'll open the circuit to trigger the stop. And three different learn buttons here. The way it's set up, channel 1, well, this can hold in total 90 remotes. Channel 1 can take 50 remotes, and the other two can take each 20. And again, the reason for that is because it's designed to be open close stop, and most of the time you're going to need to open the door from outside with the remote, so that's why you can program the most to that channel. So that's the 850 LM. I haven't actually ever used this receiver. I'll put that back in the box later. I haven't actually used this receiver on any of my openers, but I will someday. Now this one here is kind of unique. I'll open this one up too. This is a Star 250. This is a receiver that somebody sent me a while back, a couple years ago. So if you guys know, the Garage Door Geek has a Star 1000 in his garage that he uses all of his remotes with, and this is kind of a similar thing, except it's older. This thing is actually pretty cool. So this is what it looks like. It was made in May of 2006. So you've got your antenna goes in there, and then you've got 4 terminals. So basically this can store up to 250 remotes, and you know, you've got the option, you know, you can block out remotes, and there's a bunch of things you can do with this receiver. You can, I think you can program a bunch of like bulk program or something, I think it's called. I'm not really sure. Now there are instructions in here. I don't really want to go through them right now because I don't want to make this video super long, but I have plugged this into a transformer before, and this does work, but it has a problem. Sometime it'll just shut off completely, and it's not like a timed thing that if you don't push any of these for a certain amount of time, like this display will turn off or something like that. It just completely loses power, and it won't respond to any remotes or anything like that. And then I have to unplug it and plug it back in to get it to work again. So I don't know if that's because it might not be getting enough voltage or something. I'm not sure. And it has been a while since I actually plugged this in and used it, but this is pretty cool. Something I will have to try out eventually. And then I'll just put that back in the box later. I have a brand new Chamberlain 953 EV. This is the wired Sears keypad. I've got 2 of these skinny little Chamberlain remotes new in the box. They don't really have a great spot to stand here. I've got 2 battery backups that are boxed up. One's a Chamberlain, one's a LiftMaster. The 825LM boxed up. Couple boxes here. This one's empty. This was from a keypad that I replaced on that Whisper drive. I think that's what this box is from. This box has a 376LM in it. We have my 635LM plug-in receiver. Back over to here. This is a brand new 856 CB, brand new 740 CB, which this one's the billion code keypad, and this one's actually easy to take out, so I'll take it out here. 740 CB / 66LM, and this one does say Chamberlain on it. This thing is brand new, never been used. It's just missing the screw for the battery, but it's fine. Yeah, you can see that is just real nice shape. And the packaging here, this is the really old packaging, and it does have the instructions in there, and I think there's mounting screws in there too. Yeah, so there's that. We have a brand new Master Mechanic keypad remote, the code guard set, which since this one's pretty rare, I'll open this one up. Model 530-1LM. This was a set that a while ago there was a guy that had a bunch of these sets on eBay that I found, so I think quite a few people from the community were able to get one. So here's what we got. We have the 93LM remote, and then this is the receiver, model 530LM. This set is from October of 1995. This was LiftMaster's first iteration of rolling code. This was the first rolling code receiver they ever had. Got 3 terminals there. This was, I guess, probably more designed to be a commercial receiver, except, well, it does have instructions in here for hooking it up to residential openers. Let me just grab a screwdriver here and I can take off that cover for you and show you what's inside it. So this one actually has a green learn button, which was kind of surprising. And then this jumper right here is for momentary and constant contact. So, yeah. So that is the code guard. Very, very rare sets, and even more rare to have one brand new in the box. Okay, got all these boxes over here. So let's see, I have a brand new 970 LM. Actually, let me open this one up too, because this one is a little bit different. This is a remote I bought from work a few years ago. I don't think I've shown this one to you guys yet. So this one's kind of interesting because this one actually has black buttons on it. I always thought these 970 LMs had like white or tan buttons, but this one is black buttons, and you can also maybe see, there you go, old style LiftMaster logo. It says model 970 LM-01. What the -01 means, I couldn't tell you, but yeah. So that's what the box looks like. It's got the actual size thing there. So, very cool remote. Step over this stuff again. Alright, I have a brand new 91 LM, brand new 974 LM, brand new 374 LM, brand new 373 LM, brand new 813 LM, brand new 893 Max, brand new 811 LM X, boxed up 891 LM. It's not brand new, but I have a box for it. I have a brand new 380 UT, which this remote, I don't remember when I got this one, but this is one that I bought brand new, and let's see if I get it open even. This one, now on the Chamberlain Universal remotes, they changed them to not have dip switches anymore. This one, however, pull it out of here. So there's the remote. This one does still have dip switches in it. I believe the only dip switch this works with is linear and multi-code, and possibly overhead door, like for their commercial radios. I think that's why this one still has dip switches, is to work with commercial radios. And I don't know, maybe since I got this one, they changed the LiftMasters to not have dip switches either. See their model 380 UT. So let's put that one back, as I almost step on everything again. Okay, I have a boxed up 892 LT. This is an 890 Max. I don't remember if, no, this one's not brand new. At least I don't think it is. I think this one's a little older. Yeah, 2018. So this one is just one that I found the remote and then I found the box for it later. You know, these things are really tiny. I mean, compared to the 380 UT, and you can see like next to the 970 LM, they're small. But I do like these 890 Maxes. They are pretty neat remotes. We have a pink Chamberlain clicker remote, and yes, that actually is pink. Brand new 378 LM. This is the box for the 885 LM, except I have it installed over there at the moment. 881 LM box with an 882 LM in there. Brand new 889 LM. 880 LM, this one's not brand new. This is the same kind of thing that I found the button, and then I found a box for it later, which this one you can see is the old style box. But it is a little bit of a newer, I think it's an LMW. Yeah, September 2020, so a little bit newer. I think this button works. I'm not sure if I've ever actually used it though. But yeah, kind of cool seeing the old box. Okay, I have a boxed up 888 LM, box for an 882 LM, 828 LM, 829 LM. Alright, moving into stuff that is not boxed up. Starting with the really old stuff. This here is a very old Sears remote, model 139.654330. This is one of the clicky remotes. This one, someone from work gave it to me. I don't know if it works. I haven't tested it yet, and I don't really have a way to. I don't know what frequency. I haven't opened it up. I don't know what frequency it's on. Chances are it's probably not going to be the same frequency as the receiver I have, though. This is the receiver for my 1000 series. These two Sears remotes, these are model 139664030. This is from a set that my dad got me for Christmas a few years ago. Very nice remotes. These are the remotes that my old Sears would have come with. This one has a battery in it. I'm using it on the 1020C at the moment. But then we also have this one here, which this one there's no battery in it. This one barely works. This one, the button doesn't even click anymore, and you have to push pretty hard to actually get it to work. So I kind of wish I had clips for them, but oh well. But yeah, I do really, really love these remotes. We have this Sears remote. This is the model 139.53706. This one is 9 binary switches, and I'm assuming on 390. This one would have had the logo on the button, but this one is obviously worn off. I do like this style of remote also, though. Looks nice. Then we have another one of these skinny Chamberlain remotes. I have a few of these old Sears panels, and we have a couple Chamberlain 4-wire buttons. LiftMaster 56LM, Anaheim door 56AD. The Sears Craftsman version of the 56LM. Maybe it's better if I come over here. We have a 51LM, 2 Wayne Dalton 51WDs, a 53LM, and a Chamberlain model 50CB, I think. Yeah, 50CB. This one is the really old one. You can see it's got that very old Chamberlain logo, and it has the green LED. These ones aren't that easy to find. This one is unfortunately a little crack in the case, but oh well. I do like that remote. Alright. We have a bunch of 41A, 4166s. Nothing too special here, except the one on the left has a red LED. That one's in a gray case because it's from a Craftsman. I have a LiftMaster 3-button commercial station. Open, close, stop with the LED in it. It's made by that company, MMTC. LiftMaster just puts a hole in there for the light and stamps their logo on it. Is all they do. So yeah, there's that. We have a Wayne Dalton 57WD, just a Sears Craftsman panel. We have 2 of these. I think these are 57 equivalents. This one is. This one's actually really, really nice shape. This one is one I found from work. Really nice shape. This one I think is also a 57. Yeah, this one is actually the original button to my billion code Sears Best. I just need to clean off the button because it is dirty. We have 2 68 LMs here. 58 LM. Chamberlain version of the 58LM. We have 3 58LMs that are Security Plus. And we have a Craftsman, Sears Craftsman version. There's the part number, I guess, 41A4086A. This one, the button's actually warped on. This one I got from my uncle. He lives in Florida, so, hot Florida garage. Maybe that's why it's warped. Who knows? Okay. We have an 883LM and a bunch of the Chamberlain doorbell buttons. One of them still brand new, unopened. I have a bunch of 880LMs. I have 880LMs coming out of my ears. I've got so many of them. This one, let's see, January 2014. This one is the original button to the first gen 8550 that I got from work. This one, March 2014, is the original button to the 8550 from my big door. This one here, let's see. Yeah, this is the one I was using as a side button for the 8550. This one, the motion sensor actually doesn't work on it, though. This one here, October 2015 is the original button to my 8557. This one is brand new. Never been used. Well, I've used it, but so technically used, but brand new, I guess. This one is from December 2015. This one actually it came off of a different 8557. This was just a little dirty. And then this one here, which is the only one I have that actually has the sticker on it, is from February 2021. I used this one on the 8587WL because it has the same date on it. It's not actually the original button, but they have the same date, so we can pretend it is. So let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because I've got one over there, 8 because I have one installed on the 85870, and 9 because I have one out in the garage that I use for the 8365. So I've got 9 of those smart panels, plus this one, so technically 10 of them. This is the 41A7305-1. This is the original button to my B970. So I've got like 10 of these buttons. And then I do also have one Craftsman one. Let's see, 882 LM, 886 LM, the Chamberlain 881 equivalent, and we have an 888 LM. I have a bunch of 893 LMs. I have one Chamberlain 953 ESTD. We have a bunch of 893 Maxes. I have one of them with Merrick branding on it, and I have a Craftsman version. I don't remember the model number. 139.30498 from October 2015. So this is before they switched over to the new model numbers. This one is the Max. For some reason these outer buttons don't really always like to work very well. You can see that does have the program button there, so it is a Max remote. Get that clip back on, there we go. I've got a couple of 891 LMs. I have 3 950 ESTDs. This one here, this one is the original button, or original remote to my Chamberlain D20-101. A little scratched, but that's alright. And then these two came with my B2211. These ones are MCs, both of them are. Also, the LEDs on are a little bit different. This is the one from the D20-101. See how that LED looks. And the new one from the B2211. So they have changed the LED recently. Why, I couldn't tell you. Probably just to be cheap. I've got 4 895 Maxes. We have an 894 LT, 811 LM, 2 373Ps, 375 UT, couple Chamberlain clickers, Sears Craftsman keychain remote. I have my receivers. This one is a really old Sears receiver, model 139.651520. This is the original receiver to my V-Belt Sears. You can see carrier frequency N, modulation frequency 52. This piece is the little piece, I guess, that has the code on it, and it broke off the board. I need to solder this back on before I can do anything with this receiver at all, and that's assuming this receiver even works to begin with, which I don't know if it does. I have 2 of these LiftMaster 335 LMs, Rainer 540 RGD. This is the original receiver to my Rainer 270-7 from March of 1995. This is billing code. This was the only one of its kind. There was no Chamberlain or LiftMaster version of the... wasn't like a 540 LM, just RGD. Let me actually pop this one open here. I'll show you. You can see just a green learn button. There's no jumper in there for momentary and constant contact. And this one is a little bit different in that when you push this button, it doesn't actually go through the relay to run the door. This is just direct short to operate with this button. And then we have my latest receiver. This is a LiftMaster model 412HM-01 from May 2021. This is a high security receiver. Let's see if I can get this open one-handed, possibly. There we go. If I said high memory, I meant high security, because that's always what I thought HM meant, was high memory. We have, there's your learn button, and you've got jumper for momentary constant, 12 or 24 volt input, and this is your security level, high or normal. I do know if you change this to higher security level, you can't store as many remotes in there. So it's an interesting receiver. And then there are your terminals on the side. All right, let's come back over to here. Got some more wall buttons. We have 4 soft glows, 1 LiftMaster, and 3 Chamberlains. I've got a bunch of 78 LMs. I have a couple Chamberlain versions of the 78 LM. Just the Craftsman panel, and then we've got a bunch of the multifunction Craftsman buttons. 2 Craftsman motion detecting panels. That is a wireless Chamberlain button. I've got a few 98 LMs, a 935 CB. These 2 buttons up here, these are LiftMaster model 902 LMs. These are actually fairly rare. They're essentially 2 78 LMs combined into one console. This one's got a broken button, but this one still is intact. It's quite literally just 2 78 LMs combined into one. I haven't actually ever used these before, but I probably will someday. There is also a 3-door version of this, which I don't have. I've just never seen... Well, I have seen them on eBay before, but they've always been at least like $100. Ridiculous price. So, yeah, these are really cool. I do like that. Alright. Sorry, gotta reach. I've got 4 398 LMs, although one doesn't work. Chamberlain smart panel, Craftsman smart panel. Got some more remotes over here. I have 2 371 LMs. This one works on the 3255 right now. The Homelink remote, 373 LM, 373W, 373 GDI, Merrick version of the 373 LM, couple Chamberlain 953 CDs, and then the black case version of it. We've got 2 971 LMs, Chamberlain 950 CB, which this one I remember finding. I literally just found this remote on the side of the road, so I took it. January of 2002. Yeah, just found this one on the side of the road. I have 4 973 LMs, a 973 TT, and a 953 CB. Alright, these are, got 2 61 LMs, Crawford 61 CD, Do It 61 DI? No, 750 DI. I guess because you know, this one would have been like a professional opener, so LiftMaster model number, and then ones like this, since it was a retail, you know, Do It Best was a hardware store. This one has Chamberlain model numbers. These are all dip switch, by the way. 63 LM, 2 33 LMs. I've got a new style 81 LM, classic 81 LM, Wayne Dalton 81 WD. Couple of 850 CBs. This one here is the very rare one with the black case on it. This one is the original remote to my silver medal, and I believe the silver medal was the only opener that this remote actually came with. So, very unique remote. This blue cased one I've had for a long time. This one I got it from my cousin, and this remote came with what actually would have been my first opener. My parents didn't let me keep it, but I think I remember seeing the tag on it, and it said model was 1100, which if it was, that's actually pretty awesome because I actually have an 1100 over there. So I have what would have been my first opener. 853 CB, got a few Craftsman 53779s. This one's actually brand new. Alright. 96 LM. 950 CB, same model number, just older style. August of 1999. This is what would have been the original remotes of the 7220. I do really like these style of remotes. They do look nice. Then we have the 3-button version. Code Guard 93 LM. 3 of the tan button Craftsman remotes. Those are billion code. I have 4 of the blue button Craftsman remotes. Those ones are 390. And I've got 3 black button ones. These are all 315. Alright, and we'll move on to keypads. So starting up here, we have all of my hardwired keypads except for that Sears one over there. But these are all hardwired. Let's see, this is what the wiring box or the consoles for them look like. This particular one I actually bought off eBay because I thought it was a receiver, but it wasn't. There's 3 terminals. That's where the cable plugs into. And then let's see if I think I can get this one open without a screwdriver. Yep. You just slide this switch up to program it, and then this down to run it. And this one is one I found at work. It's the exact same thing. You can see right there, the cable plugged in. And then I also have the Sears version here, console and the keypad, and then a few of these Chamberlain versions. This is what they, you can see on the outside, they pretty much exactly resemble like a 66 LM. The numbers are a little different, and there's no enter button. Also, there's a little LED up there. So yeah, it's cool. This particular one, cable is cut way too short for me to actually use it. But these other ones, let's see, this one's got enough cable on it, and then I have this end I would just have to splice the cable together, and this one's also got a decent amount on there that I could make it work. These are all billion code keypads. We have a 53776, these two 53876. And then this one here, this one's actually pretty unique. The model is 139.53876-03 from January 2010. This is a billion code keypad. You can see it, it's billion code. You've got these 2 buttons here that don't actually do anything because you can't change the code or set a temporary code or anything like that with billion code. But yeah, they did make a new style keypad with billion code, which is kind of cool. Sorry, this video is already super long. I'm not even done with Chamberlain yet. 67 LM. I've got 976 LM, 976 LM, 940 CB. This one came off of that Whisper Drive, this keypad. Craftsman 53684, brand new 977 LM. We've got 315 keypads. We got a 376 LM, 940T. I feel like the 940T is a pretty rare keypad actually. This one was an eBay find from a while ago. One of the battery tabs is busted off in here. I've just got a little wire in there to fix it right now, which is why this one still has a battery in it. Craftsman 53754, a couple 377 LMs, Chamberlain, what is this? 940D-01. It's just the normal 315 keypad. This is one somebody sent me a while ago. 2 of these Craftsman 315 keypads, model 139.53754-01. This one is the original keypad, 2011. This one's the original keypad to my Craftsman 53985D. And then this other one came with my Craftsman screw drive. I don't remember the model number of it, but it's that black one sitting up there. These are all Security 2.0. Let's see, 877 LM, 940 ESTD. This one came out of that garage that has that Whisper drive in 8355. This was the original keypad that was there that I replaced. So I've had this one for a really long time, actually. 877 Max. 877 Max also. 940 EV. Funny thing with this one, I don't think I have a battery in it right now. I don't. But I was messing around with this keypad a while ago, and I actually figured out the code for it. It was like 1510 or something like that. Brand new 877LM. This one's brand new 877LM. Brand new 878 Max. Older clicker keypad. 387LM. Newer clicker keypad. I've got some miscellaneous things here. This is the MyQ hub with the sensor. This is the power supply thing. Let's see, it's model 580LM. This is the power supply for the 3800. Basically, there's a big transformer in here, and this plugs in, and then you can run a wire from the outlet all the way to the opener, and then this plugs in with the same port as the battery, and you can still plug in a battery backup from there. So that's pretty cool, and it does also work on the 2500s and 3500s. We have remote light controls, one LiftMaster one, the two Chamberlain ones. These are our HomeLink repeaters. I've got a few battery backups. This is the 380LM remote light that I've used on the 3800 before. I do still need to get a a light lens for it, but this one's from 2013. There's a little learn button there. It takes up to 100 watts for each light socket. So we'll go over these sensors real quick. I have a brand new, or not brand new actually, just boxed up set of a reflective eye, commercial eye. These are, I don't know if I've shown these or not, these are the really old sensors. I know I've talked about them before, but I don't think I've actually shown them. These are the really old Chamberlain sensors, model G1081. You can see these things are huge. Yeah, and this is what I mean by the wires on them are too short. I need to extend them because they don't come out very far. This is the receiving eye. This one here is the sending eye. It's got screw terminals on it. These things are massive. Very cool. Alright, I've got a bunch of the new style sensors, and I think I actually remember what these all came with. Let's see, these ones came with the D2101. These ones I think are just a random pair that I got. Let's see here. These ones, I think this set came with one of the C2212s, I want to say. This one came with a Chamberlain that I put in to replace a Sears Craftsman. This one came with a Chamberlain I put in to replace my 3265. These ones came with the B2211. These ones came with the 85870. The label on this one is actually a little bit different, and it has a date on it as well, January 2024. You can see the other ones just have that sticker there. Then we have the Gen 2 sensors. These ones are, let's see, these ones are original to the 8557. These ones are the original sensors to the 8550. These sensors are original to that Whisper drive that got replaced with the 8355. I use these sensors a lot. This is just a random one I have that this wire's a little too short on. These are the knockoff sensors that have the, you can see how they have that plus and minus on the wires. So they're not actual Chamberlain sensors. And then these ones, these sensors came with my Craftsman screw drive, the black case one. And then these ones are just another random set that I have. Then Gen 1 sensors, these are ones with red LEDs. These ones are, let's see, these ones are the ones that have the plugs on the end. You can actually, pull the wires out of them. These sensors just came with my billing code Sears Best unit. And then these are the newer Gen 1 sensors that are wired in with a boot. This one I don't think came with anything. This is just a set that I found. Then we have my commercial eyes. So that's all my Chamberlain stuff. Now we're gonna move on to Genie and overhead door. I'll start with receivers over here. We have an AR 85. This is a really old Genie AR 30 receiver. I got this one from a job I did a little while ago. The guy just had this in his garage and asked him if I could have it, and he let me take it. This is analog. I don't know what that frequency means. It's probably 310 megahertz, and maybe 1500 is like the code or something. I'm not really sure. I've got 3 of these Genie Cryptar receivers. Those ones have the code cards in them. This one is an IntelliCode receiver, model 315390R2. I guess maybe dual frequency. You can see it's just got the wires, or the terminals, and then your learn button. This is the exact same receiver board you'd find in like a newer Genie screw drive. Just put in this case. We have overhead door touch and go receiver, Genie model GR9012. This one's a 12 switch receiver. Here, I'll open this for you and show you. We've got all the wires stashed in here, but see, that is a 12 nip switch. Okay. Keypads. I've got one of the old slide-up keypads, 2 ACSD1Gs, 2 of the Genie GK keypads, and then we have a hardwired Genie keypad. Bunch of Genie push buttons. We got a unlighted one, lighted one, and series 2 buttons. Got 3 of these Genie remotes, little Genie keychain remote, G1T-A, 2-button flashlight remote, G3T overhead door version of these. I have an AT79, 3 AT85s. This one is on 320, these 2 are on 390. AT85P. Let's go through all this boxed up stuff real quick. This is a receiver. I'll actually pull this one out. This receiver, let's see. Oh yeah, it also had this. This is not the original box to this receiver. This is model GR390-12. This one, I'm not going to open it, but it's exactly the same as that other one over there that I showed you. It is 12-bit binary. So, pretty cool. You can see how much these receivers were, like $60 or something back then. You can see the packing tape's got those logos on them. So kind of neat. I could always just repack these when I'm done, but whatever. I have 2 boxed up AT79s. This one is pretty cool. This is a 4-button Genie keychain remote. It's model GIT390-4. This is one I bought from work. Very cool. You can see the Genie logo is in the, or the LEDs in the Genie logo there. This is 4-button. That is a very cool remote. This is an overhead door remote. I'll open it up for you. There you go, that's what it looks like. It's a 3-button, it's a commercial remote. Model is 108287-390. And I know this is a model number because these model numbers always ended in the frequency. I think they had these on 360, 380, and oh, here's all the frequencies they had. They had 340, 312, 360, 380, and 390. So, yeah. Genie Master remote, brand new Genie universal button. Pair of sensors boxed up. 2 old 4-wire. I actually have, I think, all variations of the Genie multifunction console, unless there's one I'm missing. But we've got 2 old ones. We've got the newer, or the older of like the GT90 style 4-wire. I believe that one's older at least. This one I believe is newer because it has black buttons. IntelliCode one, which this one's only 2-wire, by the way. These are all the ones that have this little separate piece that clips on. So, yeah. Then we have the overhead door version. Got a bunch of these regular Series 2 buttons, the more common ones. I have an overhead door version. This is the Genie one that's got like the message thing on it. The white one that would have come with like the 1024s, or yeah. This one, these ones are this was the first design that they had when they came out with like the Silent Max openers and stuff. And the reason they changed them is because it was really easy to just push on this to lock the opener. So they changed them to have a switch. This one I guess is from 2014. Then we have the overhead version of that, Series 3 button, and the current Series 2 button. We have all my Tombstone remotes. We've got one that's home link, and we got a bunch of 1 buttons, a couple 3 buttons. I have 2 of these overhead door single button remotes, single button version of that. I don't know what the model number is, but probably the same as that, because they're the same case. Just this one's a little yellowed from sun exposure probably. This one for some reason is all painted over, and I don't know why they decided to do that, but yeah, I have it. A couple of the Cricket remotes. My favorite area, GT90 remotes. So we'll start here. This is a very rare one. This is a Pro Max remote in a gray case. It's literally just a GT90-1 in a different case. The model is PMT-90, if you can see that. And what makes this one especially rare, other than the case, this one does not have a button, a push button. This one has contacts. Maybe if I turn on my light, you can see in there. Yeah, you can see it's got a little contact in there instead of a push button, which is not something you see very often. Also slightly different dip switches in there. Let's put this cover back on. I've got a few GT912s, 3 GT90-1s. This one is the same deal, that it has contacts in there instead of a push button. Again, very rare. This is the only one I've ever seen like it. This one, which should look familiar to all you guys, is the original remote to the other GX9000 that's still at my grandparents' house. This remote has been on this channel for a long time. The original remote to my GX9000 is still at their house, but I have that. This GT90-1 is a little bit newer. It's from 2009 actually. You can see it's got the new style logo on it. This one's in real nice shape. There's the dip switches on it. Alright, I have a 2-button GT90-2. I've had this one for a while. This was an eBay find from a while ago. This one has the 2 extra dip switches for programming and setting different codes to each button. We have a GT90-3. This one you can see is also taped up because it's a little busted and broken, but still nice. And then we have another one that has not been taped up. You can see the dip switches in that one. This one here is actually not a GT90-3. This one is model GMT903. This one would have actually has the wrong battery cover on it. This is actually supposed to say Genie Medallion on the battery cover, but it doesn't. This one, you can see also these numbers here are different, slightly different color. So, yeah. Need to get the right battery cover for this one. This one has the older dip switches, by the way. We have my 2 favorite remotes in the collection. This one is my Genie GT90-4. I've had this remote for so long, except I finally have a battery cover for it now. This was an eBay find. It was one that I just had to have when I found it. Very nice remote. Do love it. These are extremely difficult to find. Then we have the overhead door version. Exact same thing, just that it says overhead door. Probably even more rare, being an overhead door. This one is model ODT904. Very cool remote. Then we've got a couple IntelliCode ones. This one is the old style one. What model is it? GIC 901. This one is an old style one because it's got the red Genie logo on it. You can see this one does not have dip switches anymore because it is rolling code. And then eventually they changed over to this new one with the gold lettering. Then we have Genie sensors. These are the really old ones for the GX9000. I've got a bunch of pairs of these newer style ones. These ones are original to my Genie Pro. Just got extra one. This one has the push terminals. These are just a normal set. A couple of the slightly older ones with screw terminals. A couple pairs of those. A couple pairs of current eyes. These ones would have came with like the 1024s. I also have this battery that says overhead door on it. Forgot about that. And miscellaneous stuff over here. Start with keypads. This one is actually pretty cool. This is an Alistair keypad, model TK-3500, made I guess by Martech. This is pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. This one was a dumpster find. I don't know what this came off of, but it's neat. I don't know what this works with. Maybe that receiver, but I don't know. And then for the battery, it's just this little door that flips up and the battery will slide out. Cool keypad. Marantec keypad, Wayne Dalton keypad, older linear keypad. This linear keypad is the black cased version of the one that's on the LDC 0850. It's got like a crazy model number too. It's 100145778-01, and it is 318. So I have this one. I've got one of these white ones. This one is a Guardian Extreme keypad. It's an absolute piece of garbage. This thing feels so cheap. What model is it? Model 303 KP. Yeah. Piece of crap. Okay. This is a set of McCann eyes. This is a brand new Wayne Dalton remote. Let's open this up. Maybe. There's the other side. It's the other side. So this is the one. This remote is brand new. Has never been used. So I've got more here. I'll get the model number later. A couple of boxed up PBS 3s, boxed up PBS 1, brand new DTD. Got a bunch of doorbell buttons. These are just generic. This one I've seen come with some old overheads. This one is a Skylink button, model PB-001. I think there's an LED in there. Might be lighted. I don't know. Like I said, that's a Skylink button right there. More Matic button. Universal garage door control button. Old Alistair button. This, I think, is an Extreme button. Linear console. This is the console that came with my LDL50. Model is HAE00001. I kind of like the way these buttons look. We have a Marantec Precision branded button. We got a few Guardian panels. One's branded as Craftsman, got a Guardian, and then Extreme. Wayne Dalton buttons. This one model 3976. This one model, I guess, CH-100H. This one's pretty cool. This is called Magic Touch. It's a multifunction panel. Got command, light, lock, although the lock switch is gone. I think that little hole there would have been a learn button. Not sure though. It's a cool button. Possibly from 1996. And then a wireless Wayne Dalton button. We've got a more Matic button. Multi-codes. This one here is the 1089, one of my very first remotes that my uncle gave me. This is definitely a remote I'm going to be keeping. I do really like this style of remote. A couple 3089s. This one is the really odd one. That's a black case. It's got a Wayne Dalton badge on it. And it says that it's a Stanley, except it says model 3089 still. I tried using this on my multi-code receiver and I couldn't get it to work. It's possible that maybe since it says Stanley that it could be on 310 megahertz, but that doesn't seem very likely. It is still just your normal 10 dip switches though. So it's interesting, and it has an orange LED in it. So this is the old style 3089. This is another one of my very first remotes I ever got. Battery's kind of dying in it. 308911. Then we have a newer style 3089, the much cheaper one that really, old one was definitely better. We have a 4120, and again, this one is the newer style one with like the rounded design. Old style 4140, again, this one is definitely the better style, better design. This one's from 2004. These are all in 300 megahertz, by the way. And this is what the new style 4140 looks like. This one's 2014. Linear remotes, we got a couple keychain linears, dip switch, mega code, couple or a few DTDs, a couple old style ones and a new one. DT-2D, DT-4B, really weird open close stop remote, model 639T, MCT-1, MT-2B, this is the MCT-3, MTR1, MTR3, got one more of each one. These are the remotes to the LDC0850. We've got a few Marantec remotes, a couple 2-button ones and a 4-button. Got a few Stanleys. This one is a really old analog remote. Model, I guess, 1005. You can barely make out the date. It says 1977. Very old remote. Don't know what receiver this would have gone to or anything like that. But, yeah, you can see this remote is falling apart. Not in great shape. We have a 1050. Another one of my very first remotes that I actually got brand new, although I have used it and pushed it quite a bit. 1050-15, you can see this is kind of wearing off some. We've got another Stanley remote, except it's got a different model number. It's kind of weird. SH something 24706. I don't know why they changed the model number. It's the same exact thing. This one's really falling apart in not great shape. This one's still 310. I don't know why they changed the number. Then we have a Stanley Secure Code remote. This is model 5909 from 1998. It's 3-button Secure Code remote. It's kind of cool. Alisters. We've got a keychain Alister, a few just single-button Alisters. We've got a 3-button open-close stop Alister. This one is it's still fixed code like dip switch. This is like the black case version of the MVP remote. The model is 190-110995. I think it'll code to this receiver. We've got all my Wayne Dalton remotes, a couple of the small ones. This one is a Quantum remote, single button. It says Quantum there. Model 02-3047. This one is in pretty rough shape. Button's kind of melted, and yeah. Then we have 4 of the 3-button ones. These are model 02-3047-3BUH. This one you can see is probably the worst for wear. Button is pretty melted and disgusting. The middle button is. This one's in okay shape. Actually has a pretty nice click to all 3 of the buttons. It's got a dead battery I should probably take out though. These two both have visor clips. These two both have batteries in them, I think. Both work. This one doesn't have much of a click left to it anymore, but... Alright, I have this really weird keychain remote. It's 3-button. I guess made by a company called BEA. Model, let's see, what is it? 10TD900HH3, and it's like a 900 megahertz remote. Honestly, I don't really know anything about this remote. I don't know what it works with, what kind of receiver or operator this would have gone to. possible it might be a remote for like a gate opener or something like that. I'm not really sure. It's interesting. This is an old Newtone remote. This is a what is this? Electronic key remote, model 30. This thing is old, 1978. I don't think this remote actually works, but this remote is actually kind of resembles the linears with how the battery cover comes off. You can see, so I think this is a really old linear. You can see that clip is kind of wild too. Alright, got a bunch of 3-button commercial stations, nothing too notable here except for this one a little different, this one's a little different. Receivers, couple of Delta 3s, linear megacode receiver, model MDR. This is a Newtone receiver. I believe this receiver is what would have gone to this remote. This model 590R. I think maybe 1977 is what it says. It's 2 terminals. I'll open this up and show you the inside of it. And I know we're at an hour, so I'll try to hurry this up. So here's what's inside of it. All analog, old stuff. So that's pretty cool. Color on here. Maybe. I'll put that on later. Maybe there it goes. Nope, I'll put that on later. Okay. This is the electronic key receiver. This is that Alistair receiver, All-Star technically, MVP, model 190-111963. There's the instructions there. Got your learn button. It is a 3-wire, and you can put an antenna there. It's interesting. I haven't used this receiver yet, but I will someday. This is a linear, actually a gate receiver, model MGR. This one's kind of odd. It's called a McCannon receiver. McCannon is a commercial opener brand. There's your learn button there. This is model MK00648. It's on 372 megahertz. Date either 2011 or 2010. Says made by Martech, which is actually the same company that made that keypad. I don't know what remotes this will work with. I honestly don't know anything about this. I just found it in the dumpster and was like, yeah, I'll take it. It's interesting. And there's where the antenna would go. Got a couple multi-code 1090s. This one here is newer. I bought this one brand new. 1090-20 it's from 2021. I have used this receiver before. I couldn't get it to work on my Power Master, but I have used it on like the automatic doorman before and it worked. This one here is pretty unique though. You can see it's got a red antenna, and if we take a look at the label, you can see it's actually model 3 model. It's still model 1090, but it's actually on 390 megahertz, which is rare. I've never actually seen one of these on 390 other than this one, and I've never seen a remote that's on 390. That's a multi-code. So I mean, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And then we got a bunch of miscellaneous sensors and things. Let's see. Linear sensors, Marantech sensors, Guardian sensors. These 3 sets are all commercial, different kinds of commercial sensors. Got one Rainer Flight Star sensor. Got a complete pair of Rainer eyes. Muramatic eyes. Wayne Dalton eyes, and Stanley eyes. So that's all that, and then I'll show you the stuff I've got installed at the moment. I have this 877LM installed on here. I've got an 885LM installed for the 8500W. This is the cable tension monitor for it. You can see in there just that little switch. Let's see if I can stay open. There you go. These are the eyes I'm using on it. These are probably just another set I found in the dumpster. And I also have these eyes down here that I use for drawbar openers. I think this set is one Vemco Machines gave me a while ago. And those are just the ones I use. I've got this old receiver on the 1020C. Let's see. This is the set, the receiver that goes with, I don't know if you'll be able to see them from over here. Those two, there you go, those two wood grain Sears solid state remotes. Here's the terminals. It's got the two lighted buttons and then the lock switch. I think I have the model number in here. Let's see if I can get this off. There. It says a model 139663920, I guess. And then there's the board with the dip switches. Date says May 8th, 1981. Very cool receiver, definitely one I will be keeping. Come on. There we go. I've got yet another 880LM. This 880LM is actually newer. I need to set the time on it. It's 1:41. But this is the original button to the 85870 here. Got another set of eyes on here, probably just another set that I found in the dumpster. Got the lock, the 827LM. I've got that hacked 882LM up there. And I'll head out to the garage quick and show you what we got out there, and then that'll be it. Okay, so out here in the garage we've got, this is the button to the LDCO850. I have the 882LM. Got another one of these white linear keypads. Those are the eyes for the linear. I've got another 78LM here. Another 880LM. This is obviously the one I use for the side button when I have the 8365 or I guess any other MyQ operator installed. And then we have these sensors down here, which these are the original sensors to the 8365 still installed. So there you go. There's an hour-long video on my remote collection. So I guess that's about all I got to show. So I'm not going to bore you guys anymore because I doubt anyone's still here, but that's it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.